this down for me a little bit.
Yeah.
What am I seeing here?
I love the shutdown against the Salas hero composition here. They have taken away all the comfort picks against Salas, and they're going in for this Brody. For me, again, I mentioned a while ago, it's kind of doubting this pick right now, but this is the best what you get here. But JPL right now on the roam, as expected, they need to be very aggressive here, especially with Kartizi on the Zushin. They want to cut off any breathing space here. Rabidot once again on this Matilda, having a great combo on that Naruto right now on that Lucas. I think both teams have their own play style, but again, for me, the only thing I didn't expect to be picked on the side of Absolute Zero is Salas Brody.
So now what I'm looking out for, or looking at, is that Team Flash is effectively splitting up the map into into half, right? It's a horizontal line across the map instead of a diagonal line. They put up quite a bit of a proxy game. They even tried to invade the opponent's jungle and apply a little bit of pressure down onto Rapidut. So now, even down to the bottom lane, as you can see, Nun is having a little bit of difficulty, but at least there's still the guiding wind to put Nun in a safer spot.
Wow, this is great aggression here we're seeing for Flash SG. It opens up a lot of space for them to actually control the early game tempo. But meanwhile here on the top side, all is silent here between these two. But having this Phoveus into the hands of Absolute Zero, this is a big win when it comes to the matchup against Ken.
So at this point in time, even though Team Flash is extremely aggressive, they haven't really quite found any opportunity just yet. JPL is still at level 3, he's taking quite a bit of hits, but shouldn't be too big of a problem. Hades joins into the fray with a quick little arrow coming from Susano, but still nothing. It's all just poke and prod.
But Flash SG securing this turtle pit all around here with the JPL having the vision. And actually, Absolute Zero is trying to force team fight here, but Nan is still going for this purple buff. I think it's going to be too late.
Torn apart a memory. Not going to enough to bring Vanix down, unfortunately. But in the meantime, we do have the turtle picked up by Team Flash. That would mean that we have quite a bit of shields coming up for Team Flash in order for them to play a little bit more aggressive, which is something that they absolutely needed since they want to invade.
Yeah, I think Salas right now will be very wary on his situation. Without the flicker right now, he's very vulnerable as well. With Flash SG's composition, they can dive. Actually, they can dive here, waiting for the right moment to pounce in. That's why we've seen Rapidots trying to defend the gold lane here at this moment.
Oh my goodness, JPL,
He's everywhere.
He is so disrespectful. Just walk right in the face of Bougie, and he's like, what do I do?
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Ooh, the Raging Sandstorm lands right on top of the Brody, takes him down, and this is going to spiral out of control as Nan goes into beast mode. Even though he did manage to get a kill down to the Kartizi, he will lose his life as well. Bougie currently fleeing for his life away from JPL, and what JPL have decided to do is just walk into the turret's range and go for the Quicksand Guard so that he will be able to tank the turrets, allowing Hades to dive. But that didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen, but there's non-stop aggression
the
here.
Sun lands on top onto Salas. But it's okay. He still managed to get himself running away with the guiding wind.
It's really difficult here for Absolute Zero. Now without the flicker for the side of the Brody, he's much exposed right now. It's what Flash SG is trying to do. They want to shut down this gold lane right now, and it will give Vanix the moments or the space he needed to scale into this game. Again, Salas here is one of the key players for the side of Absolute Zero to scale into this game, but right now, Flash SG, non-stop aggression, want to give a vision all around across the map, but this is going to be the time for Absolute Zero to go for the pick themselves here, trying to converge on the top side.
To get a 2,000 goal lead in the laning phase is great, as now we move on over to Absolute Zero, trying to apply a little bit more pressure onto Flash, but they dealt all the damage onto Ken. Doesn't mean anything at all, because now Ken is back full damn health.
Oh, look at Vanix. He's trying to go for the pressure in the mid lane as well. They're trying to prioritize this turtle buff. It's going to be a mayhem here.
It's going to be a 5v4 fight right now. Hades jumps over to Vendetta, but Vendetta doesn't seem like he's going to be faced at all. Let's go for the pursuit. None goes down. Hades goes down as well. That is, both of the junglers has already been taken away. But unfortunately, Vendetta is a little bit far too deep in and have no choice but to fight to the death.
Oh man, JPL trying to fend off everyone here. Doesn't care! He doesn't care the disrespect mentioned here, Abstract, it still survived, just absorbing all the damage. And now the turret here in the middle lane will be exposed as well.
That is
Flash SG.
actually a pretty big IQ play from the side of JPL.
Oh, you.
Not only is it just a disrespectful move, but it freezes the lane in the middle lane just so that the creeps can go far in enough so that they don't hang around by the edge of the turret. This way, they have good ways to bring down the T1 turret in the middle lane, and this opens up so much possibilities to what Team Flash can do in the opponent's jungle.
And man, even though they're going to go for 10.
Oh no! Another infinite pursuit. Oh, never mind. Total memory breaks him down.
And now that is going to be Ken being taken down, going for the push here on the bot side. But look at JPL constantly just scouting the enemy here. With Fuji having difficulty to go for skill shots.
No more mana at this point.
Oh my.
But look at this. Absolute Zero focused down onto the bottom lane. They managed to get a single kill on over to Vanix and also bring down the T1 turret. But at least they did manage to go for a retrade up to the top lane. Trade at the top lane. So there's one T1 and the T2 is about to go down as well.
2 turtles already been secured here for Flash SG. They're looking for their third one also. But Absolute Zero here under 7-minute mark. Out of turrets here has been secured already by Flash SG. Now they're going to go in for this turtle contest. They have converged here in the middle lane, but will they force this team fight though? Because JPL is just giving so much information here in the Vision game.
That's his thing. He's annoying in the face of many teams because what he does is he tried to Reggie Sandstorm out of that, but it worked out too well. Huh?
I remember all the support players out there. If it die, it's just space created.
Yes, space created.
Space created.
They got the turtle, didn't they?
Yeah, correct.
They got it.
That's the reason, guys.
If not for his death, it's not a free turtle.
That's always the reason of support players, and I can relate. Space created indeed. So 3 turtles been secured here from the side of Flash SG.
Saving
but
your own
man,
ass, huh, Mr. Tigro?
But man, the JPL, even though he died, giving so much attention here for the side of Absolute Zero and resources as well just to pick him off. It's still worth it, man. It's still worth it for Flash SG, for JPL to sacrifice himself.
I really like the itemization coming from JPL as well, right? Because we are looking at the Sicilians. In the early stages of the game, you don't expect too much damage. Of course, if you keep on being hit by the bad attack, it starts to add up, right? So initially, just don't get hit. So the main problem when it comes down to being to lead Rome is that there are 3 players that deals a lot of physical damage in terms of skills. There's the Phobius, there's the Lucas, and not to forget even the Brody when it comes down to torn apart memory. So most tanks normally just opt for half building, you know, the chop suey of different items, such as the dreadnought armor, the robe, and essentially just the Dom Ice's black shield.
Correct.
So normally that's the way to go. But JPL decided to pick up Anticuras right off the bat because it's 3 physical damage dealer, and in fact it's skill damage. So it makes very good sense. I do like that direction.
And it's really difficult at this moment in time here to burst down the rest of FPL SG, Flash SG rather. And look at how the side of Flash SG is just zoning out everyone here. But you mentioned, of course, the composition coming in from Absolute Zero. They do have the scaling potential here, especially Fuji here on the Sicilian. But the question is, when is that timer will Absolute Zero going to pop off here in this game? But without such map control we are seeing here against Flash SG is really difficult here for them. They must find a way, or at least a miracle play here to bounce back.
Now, the good thing is that when it comes down to a Lucas, he kind of skills all around the game. Mid stages of the game, he's pretty naughty as well, right? Nutty. He's pretty nutty as well, right? So by that point in time, in the mid stages of the game, he would have the what was that called again? Crap, the one that speeds you up as you attack. But hold on a second, as we do have a really good Lantern Flare, actually putting Rapidude in the top spot, but at least it does have the Circling Eagle away.
Okay, trying to go back already here, but still Flash SG continues the siege here at this moment. Will they be able to force a team fight? Look at Ken just taking away the attention as well, and Hades just poking them outside.
It's pretty painful, but it's not something that Absolute Zero can't deal with. Now, you asked about their power spike. At least all around the clock, I think that they can deal with a lot of these pressure, but the real power spike really comes in when Bougie gets all the stacks that he needs, and of course the items. This is roughly at about 17 minutes in when it starts to be a lot more painful, and of course 20 minutes in, yeah, it just goes crazier from that point onwards.
Yeah, but it takes too long there, Abstract. It takes too long. And the Flash SG, they don't want that thing to happen indeed. And just like this, the non-stop aggression, non-stop siege, auto turrets being secured already. Absolute Zero, the only thing they can do is just to hunker down here and reach for the power spike here into this game. But Flash SG, non-stop, not resting a little bit here, still invading as well the jungle area here against Absolute Zero. JPL?
I think that he's gonna be fine.
Okay.
Or maybe for Curtizi. Crimson Beacon himself right out of there.
Okay.
Do not want to deal with Absolute Zero at all.
Yeah, I thought he's going to commit that Raging Sandstorm there with the flanking maneuver, but I guess not. Just playing it safe for now. And remember, Flash SG just needs another win here to proceed right now into this game. But Absolute Zero, they're converging here to the middle lane.
Okay. Buji was slightly out of position, but he's going to be fine for now. The Raging Sandstorm from JPL is going to be committed just to get himself right out of dodge. While in the meantime, we've got Buji's positioning, gets himself in a tough spot, but never mind, as Absolute Zero fought back and taken down Ken. Okay,
Ken will respond under 30 seconds. That's a good timing for the Lord respawn time as well. So at least Flash SG can manage on that casualty here for the side of Ken, but they can go for the split push. I do love here how they transition right now, but look at the damage, the itemizations right now for the side of Salas. They do have damage. You have the HS here, you have to see the Malefic Gun as well. This puts a punch already here.
Oh, never mind. Circling Eagle plus that Lucas just gonna be jumping right in the face of Hades, but fortunately not quite enough to bring him down at all. Hades brings down Rapidute. As such, 2% down from the side of Absolute Zero. All three members just runs away. Vendetta had to expend the flicker, but JPL, oh, the quick stand got slows them down. Oh, what a thunk!
I did not expect that one.
Oh my god!
This just... Okay, look at this replay here. It was initiated first by Absolute Zero, but no damage whatsoever has been dealt upon by Flash SG. The counter punch hits so hard. 3-man down here against the side for Absolute Zero.
That is big brain! I know that when it comes down to skills, it literally says slow people down in a quick sand guard, but everyone thinks of it as a healing opportunity.
Correct.
You won't just cut in the lanes and specifically say like, okay, this is a normal play. I will go in there and I will just heal myself.
Wow.
No one would do that.
That was one of the perfect situation and how to utilize the quick sand guard.
How well JPL knows his heroes, right?
Man.
I cannot stress this enough. I play Khalid a lot of times before, but it has never crossed my mind that, okay, I got this opportunity, I go past them, I quick send guard so that the rest of my team can follow up. No way in hell am I gonna think that. The first thing I think of is I got Desert Tornado to deal the damage.
Speaking of damage here, it is still going to be Absolute Zero trying to fend off this siege, but look at the damage but that Flash SG is dealing here and to the back lines. A 4v5!
That is such a classic Naruto versus Sasuke fight. Sasuke won against Naruto and then recalls in his face. Oh my goodness. This is a repeat of what we would have seen in the Naruto sequel. But hold on a second, as we do have all of the T3 turrets destroyed.
Single siege, 3 inhibitor turrets gone. Flash SG here is now looking to end this game. So Hades right now, we've seen the interaction between these two, right? So I mean, Flash SG here is just perfectly going to have this game into their way. Absolute Zero, on the other hand, we're now reaching the 14-minute mark with this composition. We've mentioned a while ago, late game composition. Will it be enough though? Because there's no targets anymore here for the side of Absolute Zero. It's going to be easy for Flash SG to initiate team fights as well as pressure the lanes. Absolute Zero is looking for a pick-off here, but it's really difficult without the cross-map play heroes or the mobility unless they have to rely for Rapidot here, and they have been spotted.
Give them 3 more minutes and they will be able to do magic, as we do have got a Sanguine Claws that managed to land onto Hades, and such he's going to go down right after the Immortality has been popped. But the rest of the members coming from the side of the Flash SG with JPL as well as Ken pushes the Rapidude as well as the last away. So this is going to be a fight that is split into two. Vendetta taken down by the hands of Vanix, but in the meantime, None focuses himself right into Vanix and Ken. Not quite enough to do anything, as such both of them will go down, leaving Salas as well as Rapidude all alone. But that's a very aggressive play coming in from Rapidude. But hey! The guiding wind brings Salas away, as such now they have to defend their core against JPL and Vanix. Rapidude pulling the creeps a little bit further away, but that's not quite enough for them to extend their lifeline.
Man, that defense from the side of Absolute Zero, however, is not enough. It's just too slow for that Brody to find its way through. But